Our business was kind of formed out of opportunity. My background is in marketing, primarily internet marketing, and I started in the real estate space years ago. Right after the market crashed, things kind of shifted for me. I was working in a space that I really didn't feel ethically was a good fit for me, and ended up quitting. Just one day, just walked out and said, I can't do this anymore. I went home, I started another marketing company, and within a few months kind of fell into the health space, and it seemed like a very, very good fit. I'm not as focused on the money factor as some entrepreneurs are. I'd really try to focus on more the service side and helping people, and knowing that through that, the profits will come. And that's really where our business has been from day one. Right out the gate, we were basically told this will never fly. It won't work. There's just too much competition out there. You're going up against traditional medicine, the traditional medicine pharma markets, things like that. You're going to get shut down. FDA is going to come in. They're going to have things to say. It's all these excuses. And I just knew just deep down, like, that can't be the case. That just can't be the case. So we just kept pushing. We kept pushing against it. I'm definitely one of those guys that when you tell me no, I'm going to say, well, no doesn't mean no. It means yes, just find a better way to do it.
Yep.
And I think that's the entrepreneurial spirit deep down is having that drive and that passion. When you put people first, it kind of changes your perspective on what business is. And the competition that we've dealt with in the past is all about the dollar. It's all about the bottom line. And I think from that perspective, they lose focus and those businesses start to fold very, very quickly. Obviously, this is business. We have to look at the bottom dollar. We have to turn a profit every year. We're not a nonprofit in any way, shape, or form. But at the end of the day, by keeping that focus and knowing what your passions are, that's really, really important. And it has always been important for us. So I think knowing yourself is really the most important part of any business venture, as far as that's concerned. Knowing what it is that you want to do, what your end goals are, and really focusing on those. The biggest piece of it was negotiating. We knew that just to buy her out, straight out, write her a check and let her go on her way wasn't really feasible for us. So we negotiated. We knew that she wouldn't budge on the amount because she just really felt like her time was worth so much money, when in fact it really wasn't, in our opinion. But at the end of the day, we negotiated our way into a better deal. So we were able to pay her off basically in installments, which allowed us to set a budget. We were able to set goals for a company. It shifted our goals financially, so we were able to kind of realign. We did have to go out and get a line of credit, which actually proved to be a good thing. It freed up some cash flow. And now we're basically a year out and doing better than we ever have. We learned a very hard lesson, is make sure that you still go down your checklist, make sure it's a good fit, do your background, make sure that you have agreements in place that they're going to fulfill certain duties and their responsibilities or XYZ, so that you know that you're getting you're recouping your investment, because it is an investment. It's a person, but it's still an investment. We had to knuckle down. We had to basically stop hiring people. We all had to take on additional responsibilities. We had to cut the budget. Even Bob and I took a pay cut. Several of our employees took a pay cut voluntarily. We reached out and said, look, we love you guys. You guys work really hard. You're dedicated, but this is the position we're in. We were very honest with everyone involved. And we didn't lose a single person, which is absolutely fantastic. We went through some pretty tough times. There were even times where we didn't make payroll because we just didn't have enough cash flow. So, we dealt with it, we sucked it up, and we caught up after the first of the year. So a lot of it is transparency. Our company is very transparent internally and externally. And I think that really helped us tremendously get through it. We all kind of helped support each other and refocused. We say no almost every day. Unfortunately, we have to. Our company is only so big. We can only handle so many events per year. There are only so many qualified people that can come in and work with us. So unfortunately, we do have to say no to a lot of people. But as far as big deals are concerned, we've had a few. The insurance deal was definitely the biggest one. We've had investors approach us with potential funding. But at the end of the day, it's not a good fit. They want too much of the company. They want controlling powers, whatever it may be. And sure, it would certainly help cash flow. And we've had everything from $250,000, $500,000 of investment capital, which would certainly change a lot of things for us. But at the end of the day, that's not where we want to go. We've managed to basically bootstrap everything we've done. We own it 100%, which for me is a huge accomplishment. And we don't really answer to anybody. We answer to ourselves, and that's where we wanted to be. We started out accepting everybody that came through the door. Yes, we'll work with you. Absolutely. We can make this work. And we had a lady that approached us. We accepted her as a client. We did her event, followed through with everything. And then she refused to pay our invoice. And it was like $25,000 again, like bam, bam, 2 years in a row. And sure, we were doing better. I had a little more money in the bank. But when you lose that kind of capital just for no reason whatsoever other than people just don't want to pay their invoice, it's really hard. It's hard to kind of bounce back from that and to suck it up and move forward. Because I could have easily just said, I'm done with this. I'm not dealing with this anymore. But you learn your lessons and just, keep pushing forward and keep doing what you're doing. Follow your dreams. Definitely follow your dreams. I sort of did. And I've always been one to look for opportunity. I spent 8 years in college. Most people who walk away after 8 years in college are a doctor, and I am a dropout. I didn't even graduate after 8 years. I would not waste that much time. I would definitely say start sooner rather than later. The longer you wait, the harder it is to get going. I started my first company when I was 28 and quit working. I was working, typical 9-to-5 work week job, and that was a tough jump. At that age, because I had a lot of responsibility and mortgage, car payments, all that kind of stuff. So the sooner you can jump and make that leap, the less risk you have, and definitely do it.